Hi, my name's Jim Tobin. I head up the government affairs team here at NHB in Washington, D.C., and I want to thank you for taking a couple minutes out of your day to listen to what I have to say about energy codes. We're facing a crisis here in Washington, D.C., where the United States Senate has introduced or will consider next week, that first week of March, they're going to consider an energy bill, the American Energy Innovation Act, which we support. NHB is a big fan of this piece of legislation, a broad-based energy bill dealing with many different sectors of the energy industry, whether it's storage or grid, the ways that the country is going to continue to develop and deliver clean, efficient energy at a low cost to American consumers, something we can all get behind. But what we're under attack with is an amendment potentially offered by Senators Rob Portman and Senator Jeanne Shaheen. They're preparing to offer an amendment that would allow give the Federal Department of Energy a much broader role in the code's development process. In fact, I would call it allowing the DOE to hijack the model code process. Right now, you know how how we interact with the codes. Proposals are submitted, proposals are debated, proposals are voted up or down, and then the IECC comes out the other end, and states are allowed to adopt it, modified or otherwise. What we're going to see here is an opportunity for the DOE to set congressionally mandated energy targets at the front end of that process. And then, if the IECC and our consensus committees don't produce a product that meets those targets, DOE gets to ride in at the end of that process and submit their own proposals without a regard for what they're going to cost the American consumer and the American home buyer. We can't let that happen. And not only that, but the bills then create a huge, massive bureaucracy for how states are required to take that new DOE modified code and implement it in your own states. Creates a morass of reporting requirements, creates a morass of paperwork that states have to certify why they took the code, why they didn't take the code, and then turn around in this large washing machine cycle of reporting back to the federal government, answering for why you back home in your state capitals or in your jurisdictions across the country don't accept what DOE wants you to do. Now, we're going to fight that, and that's why I'm asking you to today, pick up the phone, pick up your text, pick up a pen and paper if you even have one of those anymore, and write your senator today, not tomorrow, today. This is an urgent issue. In fact, we'll probably see this amendment voted on early next week, and we're going to the first week of March, perhaps Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. So time is of the essence on this. So I need you to pull together, drop what you're doing for just a couple of minutes, get on the phone, call your neighbor across the street, call your builder down the block. We need the entire federation to weigh in with your United States Senator. You can call the Capitol switchboard, be patched through to your Senate office, tell them to vote no on the Portman Codes Amendment when it comes up for a vote next week. This is going to kill housing affordability across the country, and just at a time when housing affordability and housing choice is really at stake here. This is not the time to get the federal government involved in the codes process. And I know you've all been paying attention to what just happened with the 21 IECC. That we are going to see code increases coming out of that codes process, unlike anything we've seen before. In fact, we're looking at 5-digit increases in the cost of a house because of that. We don't need the federal government getting any more involved in the codes process than they already are. Again, I want to say thank you for your time today. Pick up that phone, pick up that text, and do your part to make sure that this industry is heard on Capitol Hill, and we don't need the federal government monkey in the codes process. Thank you.